North Korea stands as the world's most isolated nation, a realm sealed off by secrecy and state control. For outsiders, visiting means glimpsing a reality shaped by the regime, not by its people. Here, travel is not discovery, but witnessing a carefully staged performance. The stories that emerge are not of landscapes, but of human endurance under immense pressure. If you value understanding the world's hidden corners, join us as we shed light on stories that must be told. Entering North Korea is to step into a world of strict boundaries. Every moment is monitored, every interaction orchestrated. Tourists are always accompanied by minders, who serve as both guides and enforcers of the state's narrative. The itinerary is rigid, only approved sites, no unsupervised wandering, no real conversations with locals. Questions are answered with rehearsed lines, and cameras are closely checked. The sense of being watched is constant, creating a tension that shapes every experience. This is not travel as you know it. It's a state-sanctioned performance. The freedom to explore is the first casualty. Paranoia creeps in, and self-censorship becomes second nature. The gilded cage may be polished, but its bars are unmistakable. Here, curiosity is always at odds with caution. In North Korea, silence is survival. Speaking freely is dangerous. A careless word can destroy entire families. Children are taught to revere leaders and report any sign of disloyalty, even at home. Artistic and personal expression is strictly limited to state propaganda. The result is a culture stripped of genuine creativity and emotion. Most citizens know nothing of the outside world, only what the regime allows. Intellectual isolation is as confining as any wall, trapping minds in a reality from which escape is nearly impossible. Information in North Korea flows only from the state. The media is pure propaganda. No independent press, no foreign news, only the party line. News broadcasts glorify the supreme leader and demonize the outside world. Accessing foreign media is a crime, punishable by harsh labor camps. For travelers, the media landscape is surreal. Only patriotic songs, war films, and endless praise for the regime. For citizens, it's the only reality they know. The regime's control of information is total, shaping every thought and belief. Dissent in North Korea is met with swift, brutal punishment. The security apparatus is everywhere. Even suspicion can lead to disappearance. Political prison camps swallow not just individuals, but entire families. Guilt by association. The threat of collective punishment ensures silence and compliance. Defectors risk torture, execution, or forced return from China. The cost of seeking freedom is unimaginably high. Fear is the regime's most effective weapon. Scarcity defines daily life for most North Koreans. The public food system collapsed long ago. Survival depends on illegal markets. Malnutrition is widespread, especially among children. Visitors see staged abundance, but the reality is meager diets and constant hunger. Hunger is a tool of control, keeping people focused on survival, not resistance. The regime's grip is reinforced by its control over food. For millions, the struggle for a meal overshadows all else. North Korea's military-first policy diverts resources from civilians to the army. Hospitals and schools crumble while funds pour into weapons and parades. Military might is the regime's shield and source of pride, even as people go hungry. Children are indoctrinated with military ideology from an early age. Conscription is nearly universal, shaping lives around the needs of the army. Propaganda justifies sacrifice as patriotic duty. The people endure deprivation for a military that ultimately serves the regime, not them. The internet is almost non-existent for ordinary North Koreans. Only a select elite access the global web. Everyone else is limited to a censored intranet. The regime fears information more than anything. Unfiltered news is a threat to its power. This digital blockade deepens isolation and stifles progress. Knowledge and connection are systematically denied. While the world connects online, North Koreans remain trapped in enforced ignorance. They are digital hermits, not by choice, but by decree. The Kim dynasty is worshipped as divine, their images and myths omnipresent. Indoctrination starts at birth and never ends. Portraits of the leaders are mandatory in every home, their stories are taught as fact. Public displays of devotion, rallies, weeping, mass performances are required. Questioning the narrative is unthinkable, even privately. For visitors, the reverence is surreal and absolute. The cult of personality replaces religion, critical thought, and individuality. Loyalty to the Kims is the state's unbreakable commandment. North Korea's political prison camps are its darkest secret. Testimonies reveal starvation, forced labor, and brutality on a massive scale. Entire families vanish into these camps, often for generations. The regime denies their existence despite satellite evidence. For prisoners, there is no trial, no hope of release. The camps are the ultimate tool of terror, ensuring obedience through fear. Their shadow hangs over the entire nation. North Korea's ideology of yucha has bred extreme isolation. The country is cut off by suspicion, sanctions, and self-imposed barriers. Propaganda celebrates independence, but reality is dependence on China and economic stagnation. Nuclear threats and brinkmanship define its foreign relations. The people's suffering is hidden from the world, their stories rarely heard. They are trapped by both their government and the silence surrounding them. North Korea remains a kingdom apart, proud, isolated, and deeply vulnerable. Healthcare and education in North Korea are shadows of their former promise. Hospitals lack supplies, patients must buy their own medicine or electricity. The elite receive modern care, but most face neglect and preventable deaths. Education is indoctrination, focused on the Kim family and ideology, not critical thinking. Schools are under-resourced, students provide their own materials and labor. The system produces loyal subjects, not problem solvers. Decay and stagnation are the legacy of a regime that values control over progress. North Korea's environment bears the scars of desperation. Deforestation for firewood and farming has led to erosion, floods, and landslides. Industrial pollution contaminates air and water, worsening health and food shortages. Infrastructure is crumbling. Roads, power, and basic services are unreliable. The government prioritizes production and military goals over environmental health. The land, like its people, suffers from decades of neglect. Survival comes at the cost of the country's future. Fear is North Korea's most enduring structure. Surveillance is everywhere. Neighbors monitor neighbors. Trust is dangerous. The Songbun caste system determines every aspect of life, enforcing loyalty and punishing dissent. Public harmony is a mask for private terror. Mass displays of unity are products of coercion, not belief. Individuality is hidden behind a facade of conformity. The regime's power rests on a foundation of fear. Religion is ruthlessly suppressed in North Korea. Practicing faith independently is a political crime. Discovery means imprisonment or worse. Underground churches exist, but worship is a life-threatening act of defiance. State-sanctioned temples are mere showpieces for foreigners. The regime seeks to eliminate any authority beyond itself. Faith survives only in secrecy, under constant threat. The state demands to be the sole source of meaning and morality. International sanctions target the regime, but ordinary people bear the brunt. Trade restrictions worsen shortages of food, fuel, and medicine. Humanitarian aid struggles to reach those in need. The elite evade hardship, while most face deeper poverty. The regime blames sanctions for all woes, rallying the people against foreign aggression. Suffering is reframed as patriotic sacrifice. The cycle of hardship and propaganda continues. Our journey ends, but the stories of North Korea's people persist. We've seen control, hardship, and the resilience of the human spirit. Bearing witness is the first step toward understanding and change. If these stories matter to you, join our community and help spread awareness. Hope endures. No wall is permanent, and the desire for freedom cannot be extinguished forever. One day the veil may lift and North Koreans will share their own voices. Until then, we watch, learn, and remember.